Is it a question of not being part of a circle, or not being part of a church, or part of a mosque, or part of a traditional belief, or any of these things? Is it a question of that, or is it a question of, are you willingly being part of this? And even while you're part of this, are you freely part of it, or is out of compulsion, either direct or indirect compulsion? Because when it's any of that, then you are being bound. You are not free. Even if they bring the idea that it's about freedom, you are not free. So it's the roots or the baseline of everything is this compulsive? Is it through direct or indirect force? Or am I doing this because I want to do it and I enjoy it? As short as life is, it will be a scam to live it in a certain kind of way that's not how you really want to live it, but rather how people want you to live it. Because the fact that they might be confused in their own selves, they want to control your own life to make them feel better for themselves. So it's not an intentional thing, but it's a repetition, it's a circle. So it's either you break out of the circle not by being rebellious, but by being free. And what is this freedom about? You doing what you are doing because you enjoy and you want to do it. That's the only thing. That's freedom. Do I want to take this call? No, I don't want to take this call. Then I don't take it. It's not because of who is calling, so I must take it. That's an idea, that's a tradition. It's more about you. Then when you come from there, you discover that every love you have is an authentic one, not a fake one. Because when you do not want to take a call, you do not take it not because of who is calling. When you take it because of who is calling, you're trying to fake respect. And that's not real. Then you're lying to yourselves. Then we would all be lying to ourselves. The only way it can be real is when you see the call and you want to take it because you want to take it. You take it. Then that's as real as can be. You want to laugh, you laugh because you want to laugh, not because of who is talking, so you have to laugh to make them feel. No, then that's not freedom, that's being born. So it's funny that it takes a whole lot of years of people's life until they get old to an extent before they know that they don't really have to care too much because it doesn't change anything about them. So freedom is as simple as that. Do I really want this? No, I don't want it, then I don't do it. Do I really want this? Yes, I want it, then I do. You don't really have to ask yourself consciously. You know what you want, you know what you don't want. The only thing that gives the confusion is I know I don't want this, but it is said I have to do it like this. So what then do I do? So that is where the confusion comes in. And when you're confused like that, you are divided against yourself. So a house that is divided against itself cannot stand. So do you want to remain standing? Then there is no idea that should push how you act or relate or interact with life. Instead, it should be out of the depth of your heart and how you want to really rapport. Then it's real. Then you're not lying to yourself. Then you're not fake. Then you're free. So it's like when we look at Jesus' attitudes to maybe his mom when she was saying, the wine in this part is finished. You should do something about it or whatever was said. And he said, what do I have to do with you, woman? My time has not yet come. It might be the translation, it might be anything, but in that whatsoever or howsoever he was, he did not try to please. When he wanted to be happy with you, he's happy because he was happy. He's not happy because he has to be happy or because he's a preacher of the word, so he has to be a certain way. He stepped on the nerves of a lot of people. He got into the temple and they were selling and he threw things away. Not because he was trying to be like he's a holy person or he's a good person, but this thing did not sit right with him. If someone had broken his head at that point, yeah, they would have broken his head, but he stood for what he wanted to stand for, not because of the idea that he wants to seem righteous. So, yeah, so this simple thing that I just said now would give some people an idea of why is he making fun of it. But yeah, I made fun of it because I wanted to make fun of it. The thing that happened is not more important than the person who is saying, because the thing that happened is past. So when Jesus said the Sabbath was made for man and not man for the Sabbath, it means that when we make a tradition, we do not have to stick to it because we made it. So the tradition was made for our fulfillment and not us for its fulfillment because it's not a real thing. So a religion, a tradition, a custom, they are not real things. They are ideas that people sat down and they formulated. If you enjoy it, keep doing it. If I enjoy a circle, I'll stay there, I'll have fun, I'll laugh, I'll go home, I sleep in peace. But when I do not enjoy it, then I can't be forced to stay there, no matter what it's about. Whether it's about Jesus, whether it's about Buddha, whether it's about the Hindus, or anything at all. Do you know why? Because you that is here and now seeing this is more important than any idea that would ever exist, that has ever existed, because none of it is eternal. So they would always change. Before Christianity, they were ideas, they were religions. Before the Islamic religion, they were religions. Before Buddha existed, they were religions. They were ways of life of people that changed, and this one became. And still, in time to come, things will still change. So none of it is eternal. The thing that is eternal and the only thing that is eternal is you. And that is it. So when we understand this, that amongst everything that we see and hear, there's one thing that witnesses the coming and going of everything, and that thing is the life that sees the coming and going of everything. The life that was there when you were a child, that saw you as a child, that is here now as an adult, that is there when you still get old, and says, "Oh, I remember when I used to be young." Because the body fades, you are not that. The mind and the ideas fade. That's why you can forget things because they come and they go. But there's one thing that doesn't go. The same thing that notices that, oh, I've forgotten this and I've forgotten that. The eye before the action. I am hungry. You are not the hunger. You are the eye who witnesses that there is hunger. I didn't sleep well. You are the eye who witnesses even when sleep was, you were unconscious during sleep. There is an eye that sees that this sleep was not sweet enough. Only that is eternal. Every other idea is not and can't be. So the moment we hold on to any of the ideas, we fade away with it. So every of these things was made for you and not you for any of them. Remain blessed.